Now let's see how to impression a pin tumbler Ford door lock. The pin tumbler Ford locks are a good place to start your study of pin tumbler impressioning. They have large pins and they generally leave good marks. We'll be using both the figure 8 method and the twist and bump method on these. Remember to prepare your key blank as we showed you earlier in the video. And here's our key after we've worked it in the lock. One of the things you need to be careful about with any automotive door lock is the dust cover. They can very often leave a mark on the key that can be misinterpreted as an impressioning mark. The arrow pointing downwards is pointing to the mark left by the dust cover. There are 3 good typical pin tumbler marks on this key. The mark in the number 2 position is not really a mark. Watch what happens when we clean the key blank. It completely goes away. Now as we roll the key in the light, you'll be able to see the marks in the numbers 1, 3, and 4 position come up. You need to be very careful about dirt and oil in automotive door locks. It's very easy to mistake dirt or oil as a mark. Here's the key after we've filed all 3 of our marks, ready to go back into the lock. These 2 marks were very easy to see with the naked eye, but they were very difficult to photograph. The mark in the number 3 position is on the rear slope of the cut, which tells us that our spacing is slightly too far forward. The mark all the way out on the tip is typical of a Ford lock. It is at the very tip of the key. If you watch carefully, you will see a shiny spot appear and disappear as we move the light. Once again, these were very easy to see with the naked eye, but the camera had difficulty bringing them up. After filing the key and working it in the lock again, we have 3 real good marks. These are the same marks you saw earlier. These are actual depressions in the surface of the key. This tells us that we're very close to having a working key. And this time, when we insert the key into the lock, it turns. It's very stiff, but it does turn. And after turning the key in the lock, we have 2 really large marks in the numbers 3 and 5 cuts. After we clean these 2 marks up, the key will turn freely. Notice how these are actual gouges deep into the key. We only want to file the key enough to remove the mark, and we will have a smooth working key.